Hi Scorpio, welcome to your November general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Scorpio. This will not resonate with every Scorpio that watches this message, and because this reading is general, not every single message may be for you, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. And if this reading is not for you at all, Scorpio, I highly suggest checking out your other signs in different placements. Hi Cross Watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Scorpio. Who wouldn't be? I'd like to remind Scorpio and cross watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get your reading started. I'm first going to clear and set the energy by using my sound bowl. So if you are listening to this using headphones or the volume's kind of loud right now, I do suggest turning it down a little bit just for this part because I don't want your ears to hurt. So let's tune into Scorpio's energy. All right, so let's see what's happening for my Scorpios in November in regards to love and romance. Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Anyone dealing with the Scorpio? What is going on? That was fast. And it says, you deserve love. You are lovable. So I wonder if you have Sagittarius in your big three, in your Venus signs. Maybe dealing with a Sagittarius does not have to be the case. But yeah, Scorpio, I feel this is like very empowering energy I'm picking up on. It's as if I feel for some of you, you really tried to make something work in your love life, someone work in your love life, and they just weren't giving you what you desire, what you want, what makes you feel appreciated, what makes you feel respected. So I feel you guys are just moving forward, moving on, searching for a new person, finding a new love, or at least attracting it, because whatever was working before was holding you back, was keeping you down, was blocking you even in some ways from finding the love that you deserve. So I feel, Scorpio, this is like a triumphant moment for you in love and romance, even if it came from a place of hurt. This person hurt you, broke your heart, made you feel less than, made you feel like you weren't enough. Spirit is saying, Scorpio, that is not your story. That is not who you are. Just because someone couldn't recognize something in you does not mean you don't have it. It means that they were just unable to see all the love that you can give and maybe weren't even ready for it. So Scorpio, I feel that this is a time for you where you're going to start to heal, overcome, empower, and it's going to put you in a very strong energy of manifestation, of attraction. And I do feel, Scorpio, if you are starting to go on dating apps again, trying to go out and find that person out there, whatever was taken from you, whatever was lost, or whatever you felt like someone took of, you're getting it back. And I think you're going to get the upper hand at it all. Because I got a feeling with whoever made you feel like you had to overcome the situation in your life isn't really done with you yet. But what they don't know is that they don't get to decide when they get to come in and out of your life. And they don't get to decide how long you're going to wait or if you're going to wait at all. And I think that's something that's going to shock them, Scorpio. But before I get ahead of myself, let's go ahead and get some more cards to add to this. Tell me more. Feeling alone with Five of Pentacles. Yeah. So this is Taurus energy. Now, whether you just kind of decided to leave a connection, you felt like someone just was making you feel alone, even if they said, yeah, I'll hit you up later. They never do. They bail on you when you guys had plans. ghosted is still something I'm picking up on very strongly here. This is what I feel you're overcoming, Scorpio. And maybe for some, it's like, yeah, you've been single for a bit, and it's hard when you see some of your friends, or you go on social media and you see all these weddings happening, these beautiful unions, these great connections that people are having in their life. And you're like, what about me? And so, Scorpio, I feel this is the time where that changes. I do want to say, and this is just putting it out there, I understand this energy too, as we all have been single at some period of our lives, when we try to fill something up within us by looking for other things because we don't want to feel alone. So we try to get that instant gratification, that one person that we know is going to call us back, even if we're not really feeling them. We just want something to replace or refill that part of us that feels a little bit empty or sad. That's not a way to go about it. For some, it usually leaves someone else feeling hurt. Others of you, it's just a cup that you're filling that is going to get evaporated again, because just doing something to replace the feeling of loneliness is usually just temporary and fleeting. And so maybe some of you are just finding yourself in those situations too, which again, I have no judgment on. I just I wonder if some of you guys are just seeing that, going about it this way, just finding these people to replace or to heal a part of myself that is still hurt, is still sad, is still broken. I think some of you are just finding a new way to come out of this that is going to leave you triumphant this time around, leave you victorious this time around. Wow, I don't know why I just got teary-eyed. But I feel, Scorpio, this is the changing of the tides for you. And maybe even for some, I know this is a love reading, but maybe for some of you, you're just finding that love within yourself. And when you have that love for yourself, you'll be able to give more and attract more to those people who can add to that love. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and get the tarot. The Death card. Nice. Scorpio energy. Some of you could have like double Scorpio in your chart, maybe triple Scorpio in your chart, Scorpio stellium, but this is the time of change. This is the time of renewal. This is the time of transformation in your love life. The Moon card, 2 major arcanas coming out of the back. That's pretty powerful. Oh my goodness, the Lovers. Wow. The Devil, Knight of Wands, and 3 of Cups. Okay. So Scorpio, bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So yeah, I do feel there is something you were holding on to for a very long time, trying to make it work, thinking that if I just did more of this, if I just put more effort in, if I were just to show them that this is something we should work on, we should build on, we should grow on, it will work. But you were just carrying too much on yourself. And I do feel for others of you that there is someone in your life, I wonder if this is the person that recently ghosted you or whatever, but kind of was using you as an emotional dumping ground, where they would only hit you up in a way if they were feeling lonely, they were bored, they were going through some rough things, and they knew that you were always someone they could call and talk to, that you were always someone that could be there. And that wasn't fair, Scorpio. That put on way too much on you, because when you needed that emotional support, when you needed them to show up for you at your hardest times, they weren't there. And I feel, Scorpio, that you carried too much of their stones on you, their problems, their wounds. their traumas, whatever this was. And that was just, again, adding to more of the blockage that was going on in your love life, going on in your heart space. And I think at some point of this time, Scorpio, you really realize that everything I was doing, as much as I work on it, as much as I don't, as much as I try to just fix the issues, nothing is happening. And I do want to congratulate you, Scorpio, for recognizing that. Because so many people will still just ignore it, just to get that love, just to get that person's attention. You finally saw that no matter what, they still weren't willing to meet you halfway, and that all the work was put onto you. All the effort was put onto you. And I feel it was hard to understand this and accept this, but it has completed a major cycle that was too much in your life. So you've let that down, Scorpio. And although that was really painful, although that was really hurtful, it was a huge release. So let's get into it. At the center of this is the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. So you are in a period right now of transformation. You are in the period right now of healing, of releasing, of detoxing. I think a lot of you, maybe it started with this person who that was like the last straw, you know, and you're starting to go through and see life, see all the things that maybe are still hindering you, certain ideas about yourself, certain patterns that you've been a part of that you don't longer want to implement in your life. Certain energies that you used to allow to come into your life, you're no longer allowing. You're putting an end to a lot of things. And Spirit is saying it's serving you. These are hard endings. These are ones that, you know, people grieve over. But I promise on the other side of this, you're going to be reborn. There's a new chapter that will be opening, that will be of a new energy, a new vibration, a higher vibration than what you're used to. I do almost feel like, I wonder, you know, with all this energy here, the last straw was when someone like didn't wish you happy birthday, didn't text you, flaked out on your birthday plans. That meant a lot to you. And that's where you finally decided you were done. And I still feel like how upsetting that was for a lot of you. But what's crossing this situation is the Moon card. So with this Death card and the Moon card, it's giving me major eclipse vibes. And maybe all of this awakening, understandings, healings, detoxifications have happened around the eclipse, especially hard for you, Scorpio. And there are things surfacing from your unconsciousness, from your buried back of your mind that you didn't think would pop back up again, or that you're re-examining. With this Moon card, it may be very scary to look at certain situations that you may have tried to ignore or not accept about it. But Spirit, even as scary as this process is of ending certain things, of moving on, of trying to reprogram yourself so you can be as ready for love when you're ready on the other side, it is a nod from Spirit encouraging you. And for some of you, whatever this horrible ending was for you guys, this devastating end was, it's led to your awakening, or add to another awakening if you've been through many. And you're seeing things now in a lot higher of a perspective. Now, with this too, I gotta say, with the Devil, with the Three of Cups, and with the Moon card, someone you were dealing with may have had addictive tendencies, may have had issues with alcohol, drugs, sex, food, video gaming, whatever. Addictions can come in any sort of way, but it was in a way where it consumed them almost. And I'm seeing this person wanting to go out all the time, having that party life type of vibe. And especially calling you too when they were drunk or they were a little bit messy. I even feel like they said something to you that was pretty significant, pretty profound when they were drunk and forgot about it the morning they were sober. But I do feel for most of you with this moon card, you know now that the cards had to fall. And you know now that since this has ended, there has to be a new beginning for you. And with the moon card, you are doing a lot of emotional healing. Some of you may be crying a bit, a lot more, just letting it all out. And crying's okay. I don't know, with a lot of our society, we're just so afraid of crying or showing our emotions, but crying is the best way to release anything. So maybe, yeah, this moon card just crowning the whole or crossing the whole situation is just showing me how hard this has been. But I do feel, Scorpio, once you've cried it out or once you get those emotions out, whatever way you do it, you feel a lot better. Crowning this is the Lovers. So this is Gemini energy, Taurus energy for me as a reader here. Okay, so for some of you, this is what you desire and this is what you want in love. Someone that is your divine counterpart, truly, who will not be led astray by temptations, by base needs, by sexual pleasures, by addictions, who will choose you over themselves. And I do feel for some of you, there may be siblings, there may be friends that are, in beautiful relationships or getting married. And you just also want that. You just have not met them yet. I feel that very strongly. And even if you're towards the later end of your life, this is still meant for you. You could be 50, 60, 70, 80, and you still have that other half out there waiting to meet you. Now, this may still be a bit difficult in some ways if any of you still have feelings for the person that hurt you so badly. And it may come as temptation sometimes to reach out to them, to call them. But I think Spirit is guiding you to make the choice that's best for yourself, Scorpio. And you know that by their actions in the past. You know that for the fact they haven't hit you up yet. What's rooting this is the Devil, Capricorn energy. So what I feel with this, I think even if for some of you that are still in love with that person, you still see that person and you still have feelings for them, deep down, you know that there is some sort of unhealthy, toxic, karmic bonds and attractions to this person that it's time to break free from. And I don't think they can have that hold on you, Scorpio, anymore now that you went through the 10 of Wands realization and process about this situation. And I would also be careful, Scorpio, if you are looking for new love, if you are on those dating apps, to use discernment. Because I feel a lot of player energy that is in the collective right now of them just wanting to have a sexual experience. I don't know why I'm saying this, and again, this is not for everyone, so don't take it personally, but I would tend to stay away from Tinder specifically. Spirit's just telling me that very strongly. But with this Devil card rooting, I think there are a lot of even things you're seeing within yourself that you do want to put an end to and that you do want to change. Whether it's still those feelings and desires for someone you know who's not good for you, or even certain wounds that are surfacing from childhood, from past rejections, from past lives even, that you're starting to figure out, that you're starting to identify. And like I said, identifying is the first step. Now, how are you going to overcome the devil with whatever way it presents itself in your life? How are you going to face it and choose differently to not be bound to something that is just taking from you and unfulfilling for you? Or just fulfilling something very temporarily, but it doesn't last. Your energy, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy. And this is where I feel, Scorpio, you're going to get that fire, that hope and optimism from Spirit to keep going. And, again, that doesn't mean you have to fall into a relationship right now. You can take your time. But I would not let this heartbreak or this ending stop you from experiencing all that life has to offer. Whether that is in love and romance, whether that is in your career, whether that is in interacting with your friends that maybe you felt like you've had to stay in because you're still healing from this situation. Don't let this ending and this horrible breakup stop you from living your life. I do feel, Scorpio, you'll have opportunities to go out, whether your friends are hitting you up, your siblings. I don't know why I wanted to say your sisters, but for someone out there, maybe your soul tribe just wants to hit you up. And I think you should go out on those opportunities. Pull yourself out of bed, out of your house to get out there and experience the fun back in your life. And I think by separating yourself from this situation, by experiencing these new things, by giving yourself a chance to get out of the house and go out, I think you're going to experience a lot of fun. Now, too, if you are just looking for something to replace the person that broke your heart, go right ahead. I would just be careful if you're fulfilling that for a need that is not going to be fulfilled by that. I mean, do what you want, play the field if you want to. I'm all for it. Go ahead. Be safe, of course. But do it for the right reasons is all I'm going to say. And if you are, thumbs up. So the energy around you is the Three of Cups, Cancer energy. And this is where I was kind of feeling that this person is still not done with you, is still not over with it. And again, they may be just having their good time right now, going out, posting that they're with people, posting that they're with other romantic interests, living their best life, whatever it is. I feel once that cycle that they continuously find themselves in is over, they're going to hit you back up and they're going to want to reconcile with you. They're going to want to stay the night, come over, but it still feels casual. It doesn't feel like they're still looking for anything serious with this Three of Cups, Scorpio. And again, if that's something you're down with, then by all means. But if not, I think they're not realizing you're not really an option anymore. You're not one of the people on the call list that if one doesn't make it, they can just call you. And I think that's something that's going to be hard for them to learn, hard for them to understand. But I do feel for those of you who are trying to look for new romances, new flings, you'll definitely have them. So again, all the power to you. But it may take some time before you find this Lover card. And it may take some experiences, some trials and errors before you get into this Lover card that you are looking for. All right, Scorpio. To see the likely outcome, what's likely to happen in the next few days in your love life, next few weeks that you need to be aware of, need to know about. If this person's going to return, how are they going to return, and what do you need to do about it? We're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome of this situation and what's likely to unfold in the next few weeks of your love life. But I'm also going to pull oracle cards as well just to dive deeper into any unanswered questions you may still have. So if you want to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Scorpio, I really hope that this reading has resonated with you in some way, has provided you with encouragement, clarity, confirmation, healing, and insight in regards to whatever is going on in your love life at this time. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Scorpio, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Scorpio.